Martial law is at your door. You got a gun pointed at your face. Are you gonna take the chip or die?
They want you to believe what they want you to believe. Do you know more people have died from regular flu than this coronavirus? Fact. But for some reason, they're calling in for quarantine. The National Guard. Stores are being bought out of goods. It's all part of the plan.
Stay home or face punishment. The words of French President Emmanuel Macron on Monday as the French government ramped up its lockdown restrictions across the country.
Dès demain, midi.
As of Tuesday at noon, and for the next 15 days, our movement will have to be severely limited. That means outdoor gatherings with family and friends will not be allowed. Anyone who does not abide by these guidelines will be punished.
Grocery shopping, going to work when working from home is impossible, and providing assistance to at-risk family members, some of the few exceptions to the rule. Aside from those, anyone out without a valid reason will face a fine.
There will be checks and verifications that will be carried out by law enforcement agencies. There will be both fixed and mobile checkpoints. There will be 100,000 police officers who will be part of that force. Any violation of these rules, which currently leads to a fine of €38, will soon see an increase to a fine of €135.
Top officials say they were shocked to see pictures of citizens flocking to parks and marketplaces on Sunday, despite new lockdown measures that were announced the night before. Authorities hope the more severe rules, like the ones implemented in Italy and Spain, will curb the spread of coronavirus. In another shock decision, EU leaders ordered the shutdown of travel between Schengen and non-Schengen countries, effectively putting Europe on lockdown.
We need to be able to protect ourselves and to stem the spread of this virus. We need to preserve our current medical system. As of Tuesday at noon, the European Union borders and the Schengen borders will be closed.
Welcome to 2020. The good days are over. Sorry guys, welcome to the real world. Okay, China. Obviously China did this. This is China's problem. China started a giant war. World War III started last year. They had a big riot, and they said, oh, what are we going to do? Give them a big virus. Okay, sounds fun. So we know where it started. This is where it started. Okay, here's where it's going. The economy's collapsing. We're going into depression. World War III. Yay. Okay. Interest rates, 0. That's first and never. Let's go Canada. $25 billion. That's how much Trudeau's doing. $45 billion. That's what Trump is doing. Every single election year, there's a virus. Remember 2016? Zika virus. Remember that? SARS, 2004. Avian flu, 2018. Swine flu, 2010. MERS, 2012. Zika, 2016. Ebola, 2018. Corona, 2020. Controlled by fear. I'm not controlled by fear. I'm not controlled by anything. And then we got all this other thing going on about the shadow government being busted for human trafficking. How fun. If you had a Chase bank account in Canada, you're fine because it's erased.
There's no such thing as a magic credit card elf. But don't try telling that to some very lucky Canadians. Instead of pay now or overdue notices, they're being told they can just forget about what they owe. Totally just forget it. Jeannie Lee is here with more. So how do I sign up for that, Jeannie?
Yeah, that's what
Too
everyone's
late,
asking
right?
today. Yes, it's too late. You have to roll back time, or you're pretty much out of this particular kind of luck. You have to have a card from Chase Bank, and about 14 years ago, Chase began to offer 2 Visa cards in Canada. Here's an example of one of them. It's an Amazon card, so rewards card essentially, and tied to purchases, you get cash back, etc. And the same for a Marriott hotel related card. Now, that's the graphic I came up with. Imagine if you just said balance 0, because that's what a lot of people are, or I don't know, a number of people are getting. And yes, your balance is zapped, turning it into a big fat 0.
So major CEOs are going down, like MasterCard, Bill Gates, Disney, Tinder, Hulu, Victoria's Secret, Harley Davidson, IBM, LinkedIn, T-Mobile. Nothing's happening though. We're all fine. Don't worry about it. Just go back to work.
A Fox Business alert: Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates stepping down from the board of directors of Berkshire Hathaway and Microsoft. He's going to continue to serve as technology advisor to Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella and other leaders in the company. Gates served, of course, as CEO of Microsoft until 2008, when he stepped down to spend more time on his work at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Gates was director of the board at Microsoft until 2014. He served on the board of Berkshire Hathaway since 2004.
So in Philadelphia, there's pretty much a purge about to happen. So get ready for that. I don't live in America because I'm Canadian. But yeah, you don't even get arrested in Philadelphia. Nobody's going to work.
So now you could steal from other people, folks. It's okay. They want the purge, folks. Do you see this? Theft from auto. Retail theft. You can steal from the store. You could go to Best Buy right now and steal like a 50-inch TV and walk out. And the police won't do nothing. Does this sound like the purge to you guys? Burglary, vandalism. You could just start destroying stuff on the street, folks. All bench warrants. Stolen auto. You can go steal cars right now. Economic crimes. Bad check fraud. You can write bad checks, folks. You could go to a store and write a bad check. Hey, I guess we can't arrest you. Even prostitution, folks. This is like huge. We're talking about like CACs. I don't know if you guys know what CACs is, but it's like a joint warfare that they drill together. But this is huge, folks. We're talking about helicopters, helos. We're talking about sea stallions. We're talking about and troops, massive troops movement in Cali, folks. It's coming. It seems like it's just. I mean, if this is a drill, looks really legit, folks. It really is. They got torn coronavirus Humvees that are rolling around now. Yep, you guys see this? This is serious stuff, folks. They got tanks. You guys see that?
So is the military actually capable of martial law in America? Well, I've been telling people this for 12 years. I've seen this coming. They have all the FEMA resources. They have all the trucks. They have all the tanks. They have trains. They're there. They're ready for action.
The secret government plan to spy on, round up, and imprison innocent Americans.
Anybody that seeks to challenge the status quo could potentially be a violent threat.
Jesse Ventura uncovers a plot to force martial law on law-abiding citizens.
Certainly the involvement of the military is something that's very concerning.
Replace the 50 states with 10 giant prison sectors. Fill up hundreds of concentration camps with people like you and me.
They call them residential centers.
Residential centers with fences?
Because they're designed to hold whole families.
And pull the trigger with a disease pandemic.
There's this massive preparation, literal megadeath.
Right now in the UK, they're sending 10,000 troops and 35 airships for a training exercise.
Okay, United Kingdom is now bracing for a bigger crisis as far as COVID-19 is concerned. 10,000 military personnel have now been put on standby. UK's Ministry of Defence has formed a coronavirus support force and has announced that there will be a higher readiness to support public services as part of a new coronavirus support force. Men and women of armed forces will stand ready to protect Britain and her citizens from all threats, including COVID-19. So 3 countries around the world have already done lockdowns, which is Spain, France, and of course Italy. And UK has also brought about a very drastic set of measures. No lockdowns till now, even schools are not shut. But now fresh measures being taken by the government, where more military personnel will be on the road, will be on standby in the event that things move and get out of hand very fast. Let's once again tell our viewers, I'm only referring to the data that's available on the dashboard of Johns Hopkins University, where 2644, that is 2,644 cases are active in United Kingdom. And of course, when you look at it in terms of comparisons, it's a sixth of what Germany has, less than a fourth of what France has, and much less, of course, than what Spain and Italy have. But nevertheless, as this virus has taught many governments very painfully, is the lesson that they've learned is that from 1 lakh to 2 lakh cases rose in a matter of 12 days. So you really have absolutely no time when you talk about dealing with this.
Revelation 13:16. He also forced everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark in his right hand and in his forehead, so that no one can buy or sell unless he had the mark, which is the number of the beast, the number of his name. First of all, they're going to get you all to get a vaccine. That's for damn sure. And then they're going to be like, how do we know you got the vaccine unless you have a chip? Don't take the chip. And it's not going to be a microchip, okay? Easier done is a tattoo QR, which could easily be done by a robot. See, the QR scanner is like a website on your hand. You don't need maintenance. It's just permanently on your hand. You can't take it out. You can't remove it. It's a tattoo. On top of that, nobody's really talking about what's going overseas. Russia and Saudi Arabia are fighting over oil. They're trying to take out America's oil, so they have it like dirt cheap. That way, they destroy the market for America's oil, and they take back the economy.
Now, Saudi Arabia has slashed its export oil prices for April and is also planning to boost production in a move that has sparked a price war, which really could have far-reaching economic and political consequences. Now, this move comes after Russia last Friday refused to join OPEC's plan to cut supplies. Saudi Arabia's state-run oil giant Saudi Aramco on Saturday lowered its April oil prices to Asia by $6 a barrel. That's its biggest discount in 20 years. It also did the same for export prices to the US, however, by $7 a barrel, and to northwestern Europe by $8 a barrel. Aramco also plans to increase its daily production to more than 10 million barrels, possibly even 11 million, well above its current output. Experts say the move will sharply drive down global oil prices.
And then, think about this. Nostradamus was talking about Mavis. I already discussed this. Is it possible that the Saudi Arabia leader, Prince Mohammed, if he gets shot, that is probably a precursor to World War III, which I believe World War III is in 2023. Here's the goal, not my goal, the New World Order goal. There's one world religion, one world currency, and one world government. They want full control. So that means you don't even have the right to have a job. That is something they pick for you. You don't have right to have your own property. That is something they pick for you. If you don't have a purpose, they pretty much assassinate you. You have no right to even live according to the New World Order. So it's not something you really want to look forward to. But what you should do is get right with God and turn to Jesus, because he is the truth, he is the way, and he's not trying to control your life, he's trying to free you. The truth shall set you free. That's another Mandela effect right there. Bottom line is, don't take the mark of the beast, because you'll lose your soul, because you're literally signing with Lucifer. You might want to get out of major cities, and you might want to go camping for a while, a long while. I don't know if people even have that possibility, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't have a job anyway, so there's nothing else to do. Just go get a camper. That's my plan. I got a crossbow. Okay. That was my info for the beginning of the apocalypse. So I'm Lazlow, and thanks for watching the Lazlow Zone. Bye-bye.